In our previous video, we learned that air pollution can be caused both due to natural activities as well as man-made activities. We discussed that a man-made source of air pollution is vehicular emissions. Now, apart from vehicular emissions, there are other man-made sources of air pollution. One such source is industries. We know industries are economic backbone of many nations. Now, apart from production of goods and job creations, industry also produces tons of waste in their daily processes. Power plant is another type of industry that is responsible for power generation and production of electricity. The most common type of power plant is thermal power plant. Thermal power plant produces electricity out of coal. Now, coal we know is a fossil fuel. Thus, fossil fuels like coals are burnt in industries and power plants that produces tons of toxic gases. These toxic gases are then directly released into the atmosphere untreated, that is without any sort of purification, and thus this is how industrial effluents leads to air pollution. Thus, apart from vehicular emissions, industrial effluents is also another man-made source of air pollution. Now, what are the major pollutants released by the industries? The major pollutants released by industries are carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, particulate matter, hydrogen fluoride, etc. So, these are the toxic gases that are released by industries and power plants. Now, particulate matter is a special type of air pollutant that comprises of dust particles and acid droplets. So, these are the major air pollutants that are released by industries. Now, these air pollutants not only pollute the air but also affect the health of human beings as well as of the plants. We shall now discuss about the harmful effects of these pollutants. As I mentioned earlier, vehicular emissions and industrial effluents are major man-made sources of air pollution. Now, too much of vehicular emissions and industrial effluents into the air leads to the formation of smog. Now, smog is a combination of smoke and fog. Smog is very common in industrial areas and in megacities like Delhi, which is the national capital of India. Smog is very dangerous as it reduces the visibility, which leads to accidents, traffic delays. Smog can even trigger respiratory disorders among the citizens. Let us now discuss about the harmful effects of industrial air pollution. A major air pollutant released by industries and power plants is fluoride. This fluoride damages the plant and causes chlorosis and necrosis in plants. Chlorosis and necrosis are plant diseases. It leads to rotting and discoloration of leaf tips and leaf margins. These diseases occurs in plants because due to the presence of fluoride in air, the plant eventually lose chlorophyll and it also leads to death of cells. As a result, such diseases like chlorosis and necrosis occurs in plants. Now, nitrogen oxide is another major air pollutant that is released during industrial air pollution. Now, this nitrogen oxide hampers the growth of plants and leads to crop failure. We know hydrocarbons and nitrogen dioxide are major air pollutants that are released by industries. Now, these primary pollutants reacts among themselves in presence of light, and the reaction is known as photochemical reaction. So, the photochemical reaction between two chemical compounds, that is hydrocarbon and nitrogen oxide, produces another secondary air pollutant whose name is PAN. Now PAN is an abbreviated form of peroxide acetyl nitrate. So peroxide acetyl nitrate is also known as PAN. Now PAN, as I just mentioned, is a secondary pollutant. That is, it is produced due to a chemical reaction between primary pollutants like hydrocarbons and nitrogen dioxide. Now PAN produced as a secondary air pollutant also leads to air pollution, and it also has detrimental effects on environment. Let us now discuss about the harmful effects of PAN. Look at these pictures. Can you see brown patches on the leaves in these two pictures? These leaves have brown patches because they were unable to produce starch as the process of photosynthesis gets hampered by PAN. That is, PAN interferes with the process of photosynthesis and harms the growth of plants. So here we can see that PAN, which is a secondary air pollutant, has detrimental effects on the growth of plants. Now look at these two pictures. The first picture depicts a modern kitchen, while the second picture depicts an old traditional kitchen. You must have observed that nowadays we use modern electrical gadgets in our kitchens like inductions, microwave, etc. We also use gas stoves. Now these gas stoves, induction and microwave are modern gadgets and they are used in modern kitchens. But in earlier times, these technological devices were not available and they used to cook food in earthen stoves. Now the fuels used in earthen stoves were charcoal, cow dung cakes, firewood, etc. Now you will be surprised to know that these traditional cooking methods are still used in underdeveloped countries that do not have access to technology. As a result, they still use traditional cooking methods by using charcoal and firewood. Now this traditional fuel, let us see how these traditional cooking methods harm the environment, is rich in coal. Now we know coal is a fossil fuel. So burning of fossil fuels releases toxic gases like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, etc. In fact, incomplete combustion of these fossil fuels may release a deadly gas which is known as carbon monoxide. So these are toxic gases that are released due to burning of fossil fuels in old traditional kitchens, like surface disinfectant spray to clean your houses. Now you will be surprised to know that these cleaning products contain toxic chemical compounds like volatile organic compounds. Now if you remember, I mentioned earlier that volatile organic compound is a major air pollutant. Now volatile organic compound is not only a primary pollutant, but this primary air pollutant VOC or volatile organic compound reacts with another pollutant, that is nitrogen dioxide, and leads to the formation of ozone in the presence of sunlight. That is, a photochemical reaction takes place between VOC and nitrogen oxide, which eventually leads to the formation of ozone, which is another major air pollutant. Thus, these cleaning products are major source of air pollution as they contain volatile organic compound, which is an air pollutant, and this volatile organic compound further produces other air pollutants like ozone. Now this is a very interesting fact, that is, the cleaning products that are meant to clean our houses are actually polluting the environment where we live in. So apart from the outside wall, our interior of homes are also polluted, and the interior of our homes gets polluted due to burning of fossil fuels and using household cleaning products. Now can you tell me what kind of pollution is this? So as I just mentioned, burning fossil fuels in our kitchens and using cleaning products at our homes can pollute the surroundings of our houses. Now this type of pollution that degrades the quality of air present in and around our houses is known as indoor air pollution. And indoor air pollution, as I just mentioned, is caused due to these two factors, that is burning of fossil fuels in our kitchens and using household cleaning products. Women who are mainly engaged in household work are mostly affected due to indoor air pollution. Now before we proceed with our lesson, can you help me to answer this question? Which of the following gas is released due to burning of fossil fuels? Is it oxygen, argon, helium or carbon dioxide? The correct answer is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is an air pollutant that is released due to burning of fossil fuels. Now you must have come across these statutory warnings in movie or cinema halls. These warnings are given to dissuade the general public from smoking, as smoking has evil consequences on human health. Now smoking not only affects the health of the smoker, but it also pollutes the surrounding environment. In fact, smoking can lead to air pollution. This is because burning of cigarettes emit toxic gases which pollute the surrounding air. Now a person sitting beside the smoker can involuntarily inhale this toxic gas. This involuntary inhalation of smoke or gas produced due to cigarette smoking is known as passive smoking. Thus, passive smoking is also a part of indoor air pollution as it pollutes the surrounding air. Now, second-hand smoke or passive smoking is equally dangerous as it can trigger many cardiovascular diseases. Now, we just discussed that passive smoking is a part of indoor air pollution, and passive smoking can lead to many cardiovascular diseases. Now, there are other effects of indoor air pollution. Let us discuss about them. If you remember, I mentioned that carbon monoxide is a deadly gas that is produced due to incomplete combustion of fossil fuels in our kitchens. Now, apart from polluting the air, carbon monoxide can affect human health directly. Carbon monoxide leads to blood poisoning by displacing oxygen in blood. If someone inhales carbon monoxide, then the carbon monoxide reacts with hemoglobin, that is a pigment present in red blood cells, and it displaces oxygen. So the oxygen carrying capacity of blood reduces. As a result, a person may feel suffocated. It can even lead to breathlessness due to inadequate supply of oxygen in blood. Now, apart from carbon monoxide, another major air pollutant that are produced during indoor air pollution is hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons can also cause dizziness and shortness of breath in human beings. So, these are the harmful effects of indoor air pollution. Now here we have a summary chart on different forms of air pollution, the common air pollutants released by each form of air pollution and the effects caused by these pollutants. If you remember, we read about vehicular air pollution in our previous lesson. We read that vehicular air pollution produces pollutants like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide and ozone. Now these pollutants not only degrade the quality of air and cause air pollution, but also has direct effects on health of human beings and plants. The major effects of these pollutants are global warming, respiratory disorders, skin cancer and even eye problems. Another form of air pollution is industrial air pollution. The common air pollutants produced by industries and power plants are nitrogen dioxide, hydrogen fluoride, PAN, etc. Now, these air pollutants mostly affect the health of plants and trigger many diseases in plants like curling and discoloration of leaves, crop failure, and stunted growth of plants. The last form of air pollution is indoor air pollution. The major pollutants released during indoor air pollution is carbon monoxide, VOC, or volatile organic compounds, hydrocarbons, etc. Now, these pollutants causes suffocation, dizziness, and shortness of breath in human beings. So, these are the various forms of air pollution and common air pollutants and their corresponding effects. Now, you can pause the video and have a look at this chart. So, in today's video, we discuss about another man-made source of air pollution, that is industrial effluents. Then we also discuss about the major pollutants and effects of industrial air pollution. Later, we discussed about indoor air pollution and we read about its effects. In our next video, we shall try to focus on the preventive measures of air pollution. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free at DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app to learn one-to-one with our amazing teachers or to get access to our 5,000 amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million-plus questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock tests. Get all your doubt resolved instantly. Learn via games and win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, but it's rewarding too. So register for free now.